Yo yo yo, what is going on, my fellow cloners? I come here to show you the 17th part of the Felucia MOC series. Now, before we get into it, there are new characters, and I'm going to be explaining them, so this is going to be a little bit longer video, but let's not have that stop us now, and let's get right on into that overview. Alrighty, so here is the overview. We'll go over the terrain, the building here, the characters, there's one also in the building, and then we'll get into that outro. Alright, so as I just spin this around and show you guys the terrain, we'll go over the storyline. So as we saw in the last part, Ahsoka did get shot by Callista Calazar, which is the girl, and Shundas, right here, was overseeing it. And then they realized that she is not a tango, but a friendly, and they took her back to their place. By the way, they're called the Banded. It's their group name. And so they go to their kind of little place, and they get equipped after they tell her that there's a droid base that she has to overrun and she's lost on this planet. And so they gather a bunch of men, and then they go out to go help her get off this planet. I know, kind of a nice thing to do after the first time you met somebody, but that's what the Banded do. The Banded consist of people who got lost, hate droids and clones, who just want to be away from things. They're just kind of like just a group of people just living on Felucia. So, as we see, they're kind of like on this farm area. They're growing these plant stems. Why? Who knows? Over here we have the same plant that they were growing in part 11, which is when she finds the farmer. We have some mushrooms, some reddish orange stalks. We have the classic purple stalks. We got 2 of them. We have the classic tree mushroom thing. And then, like I said, we have the little mushrooms. And then we have these kind of purple leaf, dark orange leaf trees. The terrain has a lot of color in it. They've also kind of digged it up a lot. That's why it's all kind of looks like all what is the word I'm looking for? Bumpy is not the word I'm looking for, but that's the word that we are going to go with. Why it looks like that. But let's get right on into the base, kind of like the building and the interior. Alrighty, so here's this side of the kind of exteriors, the entrance. It's elevated 1 plate off, so there's a little step. And then if I turn this around so you guys get a look at the other side, just a basic greebling. They have kind of like this supposed to be a generator, that's why it's all hooked up and all that. And the generator is running out, so you got to go out and get some new stuff. The roof is very interesting. I like the roof. It reminds me of kind of like the things on Mustafar. Also reminds me of the Renaissance. But there's that, the front side, and we go in the back. And then the back has just a bunch of piping and vents and all of that stuff. It's very basic. Here is another look at the roofing design real quick before we get on to the interior, since it is modular. So like I said, some vents and some piping in the back with the dial. Now let's push that out of the way and bring the interior over here. The interior is very basic. This is like the armory section. This is like a village. And over here we have some technically advanced things. Sorry for the lighting, it isn't real good over here, but we have some rocket launchers, some DC-15Ss, A's, I don't know what, kind of like a form of an E4, but those didn't exist at this time. So in the center we just have some basic parts, some computing power here, and we have some other computers that control some instruments on here. So very basic, kind of on the inside, kind of high-tech looking, and all of that. So let's get into the characters, and then I'm going to put the roof back on so you guys can see. We'll get into the characters, and then the outro, because I have a feeling I'm going to talk about the characters a lot. Alrighty, so I know that I'm going to blabble a lot about the characters because they are new, but we all know Ahsoka, so we don't really need to talk about her, so we'll get her out of here. last part of Felucia, last Felucia video, we already went over Shundas. But real quick, as a quick overview, he is the leader of the Banded. So he's got all this cool gear. So that is Shundas, and we'll put him out here. We also went over Callista Calzar. She is like the second in command, so if something happens to Shun, she becomes the leader. So we'll just go over an overview of her real quick. We'll put her next to Shun. Alright, this is where the characters start. This here is Këv Livieo. He is the new recruited one before Ahsoka. He basically just has this sort of rifle here, and then he's got some sonic imploders throughout his. I know this is supposed to be 5.56 rounds from brick arms, but we're making sonic imploders on him. So he is a new one. We'll put him right here. Next we have Iffu Eidie. That's his name, Iffu Eidie. And he is one of the bith members whose backpack does not like to stay on. He's basically a scavenger on bith, and then he came to Felucia, got lost, and he got recruited. And he's got all this cool gear. So, this is Iffu Eidie. And next is my personal favorite, and you guys are going to laugh, but I don't care. This is Këv Serraano. And, yes, he is a Weequay with a pink mohawk. Now we need to... It's not focusing, so we need to move the faces out of the way. He has some Old Republic Trooper armor, one missing an arm. He's got a nice backpack. Nice pirate. I love this pink hair on him. I think he's amazing. And his weapon is a heavy, because he's of the heavy guy, has a heavy battery attached here to improve power. That is not supposed to be a foregrip. So, he's also like the dude that's all about tech, as you can tell on him. So he's the technical heavy dude. He made the blaster himself. So, like I said, this is Këv Serraano, Moac Livieo, Iffu Eidie, Shundas, and Callista Calzar. Those are all the characters so far in the Felucia MOC series. Now let's get into that outro. Alrighty guys, make sure to leave a like if you did like. Also make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And if this is the first video you're watching of mine, then I would go check out the other Felucias, starting with maybe 5 or 1. I would recommend 1, but 5 if you don't want to watch all of them would be a good starting point, because I go over, because there was a big break. Anyway, so, like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram. Also Novolog on Instagram, both of which you can find in the description below. On Novolog, you can find all the behind-the-scenes looks of what Novolog is doing, and recruiting, and videos, and all of that fun stuff. And on mine, you can find back, like, stories, behind the scenes, when my videos are released, just a bunch of fun stuff for me to interact with you guys. But that is that, so I hope you guys did enjoy, and I want you to have yourselves a very nice day. And this is Colin Production Studios, signing off. Peace out, everybody.